I just got a text from Ray Charles. He said Gilbert Flores was killed in cold blood. And that's why you watch this channel, for people who can't stand the news, but they want the news. I'm Tim Black. Gilbert Flores is a 41-year-old guy who'd been in and out of trouble a couple times. Guy was no saint. But there is video evidence of this guy having both his hands in the air and then being shot by San Antonio police. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Tim, that's what they said about Mike Brown. But we got the video this time. Yeah, it's a video. In fact, they got two different types of video. One that's been released by the public, because a public person took it, a regular citizen like you or I, right? And the other one they're holding on to, because they're still, trying to Photoshop it. I mean, make sure it's presentable for us to see. But in the video, you see him come out of the house. You see him walk over to a truck. You see him stop. You see him step back. You see his hands like this. And then you see him get shot. Now the cops are saying that Gilbert man had something in his hand. They said they think it could have been a knife. But why am I reading that this guy had a knife recovered at the scene? There's nothing at the scene except Gilbert Flores. Dead. You haven't heard of the story because, well, Gilbert's Latino. Gilbert Flores and the guys who shot him were Vasquez and Sanchez. So that means, darn it, we can't sell the story. Nah, see, if Gilbert's name was, I don't know, Antoine. If his name was Antoine Johnson, and the cops, instead of Sanchez, were named, I don't know, Gabe Hunter and Cameron Parker, then we probably would have heard about this story by now. Because they could have made money off the story. Money, dinero, get some hits on the websites, boost the ratings. But since they can't, you're not going to hear about it. In fact, some of you are just hearing about it now. You're like, what is Tim talking about? Some of you are turning away right now because there's no racial element to it. Look, I said this on Twitter and I'll say it again. If this man's arms were raised up and he had a knife in one of his hands, but he wasn't lunging, he didn't make a move toward the officers. If that's the case, the only thing that was in danger were low-flying birds, not the officers who shot him down. That's why I got a problem with this story. Bexar County District Attorney Nico LaHood said, wait everyone, it's still unclear what the suspect's intentions were when he raised his hands. Now, I don't know where you're from, but there's certain things that we just know, right? We know based on experience. For instance, this is a universal sign for you. This is a universal sign for hello. And this is a universal sign for please shoot me. Oh, I'm sorry, no. I give up. Don't shoot me, right? We have the Bexar County District Attorney telling us that when Gilbert Flores did this, the officers didn't know what that meant. Gilbert Flores had his hands up. And it doesn't matter what type of video you conjure up, unless I see something different, then you have a problem, San Antonio. And that problem is trigger happy cops.